Welcome to another episode of the Two Words Mom Show. And I'm so glad that you always make time to join us. This is Efuwa James. Thank you for joining us. In a society where sometimes you are respected for not only having kids, but even for the number of kids you have, um, there are deep conversations we have to have surrounding the moments where, or the journeys where people are not meant or are not able to have kids at the right time, according to certain people in society. Today, we are going to have a deep and personal conversation with one such person. But let me quickly say thank you to my sponsors. Thank you to Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchenware. They sell all sorts of kitchen appliances, like I've been telling you all the time. They have microwaves, storage racks, air fryers, blenders, kettles, and many more. They also have all sorts of clothing for men, women, kids, for all kinds of occasions and gatherings. You can call or WhatsApp them on 0208 759 436. Today we are going to be refreshed by Cocado's Healthy Cuisine. It's the best place to eat if you are concerned about your health. They have salads, juices, smoothies, detox packages, and many more. You can call or WhatsApp them on 0541 022 896. Finally, see how I'm brightened. You see how I'm brightened today? Thanks to Sparkles Beauty Parlor, they gave me my beautiful wig and my beautiful makeup. They are your go-to place for all things makeup. From bridal makeup to casual, they have got you sorted. They also have wigs and hair extensions. You can call or WhatsApp them on 0245 121 558. And then finally, my beautiful boo-boo is from Kina's Help. Thank you, Sakina, for always making me look beautiful. Now, after the break, I will introduce my guest, so stay tuned. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. Welcome back from that break. And, you know, I was going to do the whole um, profile reading thing, but then I have decided not to. I have decided not to, and I'm going to allow our guest to say a lot of things about herself. And so I am, she's like my mom, and I like worrying her. So please forgive us. But Mrs. Naa Joe-Beecham, thank you for gracing our set.
Thank you for having me.
You know you're so beautiful.
Oh,
You don't look your age. Now that's a Gen Z kind of.
I
Oh.
know. Are you sure it's in Gen Alpha rather?
Hmm. For them, they came to meet.
I know what's up.
The,
Oh.
yeah, I can see that. I didn't
Uh-huh.
even know you knew about the Gen Alpha. Wow, that's impressive.
You have my little girl laughing.
All right then. So I'm going to put every question I have set aside, and we are going to have an honest conversation, so that any person who is going through this would pick up something to encourage themselves. The long wait. Today the topic is the long wait. The long wait. Most people get married, and per our human understanding and all, the moment you're married, even when you're not married, and you're living together with a man, society expects. But for you, it took you 10 long years. I'm just going to leave you to share the story with us. When I have to come in, I'll come in.
I hear you, ma'am. So your emphasis on the long is what is really, really the issue why we are here today.
Mm.
You said you weren't going to introduce me.
So
You
please,
just mentioned
so
my
please,
name.
I just mentioned your name. So you please introduce yourself.
Today is me and you. You host, I host. So,
I know.
so
I'm
you
not
know
even
what?
fighting.
So you know what? Right now, you do the introduction. You mentioned my name. Say what you want to say. What you know about me. I will take it up.
All I know is that you're my mommy. And you're a wonderful human being, and she's into finance. Okay, she actually is a very, very, very serious finance person, but then she also owns RJ's events. She owns a very wonderful restaurant here in Terkadi called Let's Munch. My birthday, She served me some yumilicious food and I posted it on my IG and all. People were like, where will we get this food? That's her. She's behind that brand. Let's munch. What else have I missed? Oh, so she's also the proprietress of the Beecham's Montessori, a powerful school. So if you're in Takadi and you want a place to send your children, they do after school services and all. The Beecham's. What else have I not said?
You said it all.
I've said it all. Yeah.
You said it all. And so, to your question, the long wait.
Yeah.
So, ideally, we live in a society. We are not all islands or isolated from each other. In as much as you have your own expectations, people have their expectations of you as well. Now, I married at a very early age.
How early?
If you want to know.
Yep.
So, I married on the 28th of April. I was 21.
Okay.
And then I turned 22 in June. So April, May, June, and then 22. So you might say, I always say maturity doesn't really come with age. It has a lot to do with how you're brought up, how you're able to handle yourself, and the God factor. If it's not God given, unless you work at it as hard as you can to mature, it's not only in age. So I married early, and should I say fortunately, my husband is a very well-known person. Even when you're not well-known, people are really looking at what next.
Yeah.
So it becomes, okay, so they got married. What next? Now, initially, it wasn't a problem for me. First month, there was a flow. Okay. Probably the second, I wouldn't see it. The third, I wouldn't see it. And right after the sixth month, I was like, I'm that young, so really, is there anything going on? Can we have a look at it medically?
After 6 months. Okay.
You are okay. Your husband is okay. So I always say that if you know what your problem is, you are working at it. If you don't know what the problem is, what do you do, Efuwa? They say there's nothing wrong. So it's not like you're on medication. The usual folic acid they give everybody.
Yeah.
You take it, no show. So you can imagine, this is a phase I really want to talk about. More or less like at the end of whatever number of days your cycle is, be it 28, it depends on everybody. Immediately, it shows. It's heartbreaking. And mine was extremely accurate. It doesn't delay by just a day. At times, I was even praying I could just get a day of false hope, let me put it that way, of expecting something and seeing that really it has manifested. So they said there's nothing wrong, so okay, we'll keep praying. For the first year, I cried. Anytime there was a show, I cried.
Did you start crying after seeing the doctor or even before that?
No, after seeing the doctor, and he said there's nothing wrong, so it was like, if you know there's something wrong, as I said earlier, you're working at it. If you don't know, what is there to work at? You just keep hope alive, you keep expecting. And so far as you're a Christian, you have faith. That is the foundation of everything else. So for me, a year, I would be sad, I would cry. After a year, I don't know whether it's the strength God gave me. I just told myself, okay, let me psych myself. Maybe if I get it earlier, I might not be matured enough to handle it.
That's what you were telling yourself.
That's what I was telling myself. So this is a time where you don't look out for encouragement. You don't look out for motivation from anybody. You self-motivate. So I looked deep within myself and I said that, okay, God has his own plans. Let me speak fancy here. If I'm in a haste for it, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I can even lose my life in the process. Would I want to lose my life in the process? Or I would want to wait for God's timing, which from my Christian foundation is the best. So ideally, that was what I said to myself. So now when I see the show, I'm like, God is in control.
And which year are we in now? Still first year? Or maybe second or third?
Maybe second, third. So right now, I psyched myself from the first year. So now, second year, third year, fourth year, I was still encouraging myself. And you know, society, there are times I do not even remember that I haven't given birth yet, but someone will remind you.
How?
So I will tell everybody out there, if you know any couple going through any such issues, please, if you are praying for us, keep it to yourself. Oh, nah, yeah, I know.
But
You
I've
don't
not asked
need
you
to tell me. Not that I haven't asked you to. I'm very happy and privileged that you think of me, you pray for me. But when you come in to say it, you remind me of my luck.
How would that make you feel?
Sad. Then I have to reset myself again like Mahama is resetting the economy. Just so you laugh because it's getting too intense.
Yeah.
So there was an instance at church where a woman, and you know, outside I wasn't even hearing it much. She just pushed her little daughter towards me. I'll speak it in our local language and then I'll explain.
Please feel free. Oh no.
Yeah. Enter her tummy. Let her give birth to you. I just smiled and I carried the little girl on my lap. I was broken from within.
And this was in church?
Yes, please. That is one of the many. It got to a time. There's always my husband who shares a side of the story. I've been married next year, God willing, 25 years. I've never told my story. It is you have pushed me and pushed me and pushed me until you got me here.
Thank you.
And I feel like if I say it, I tell it, it will be an encouragement to someone else. And I'm praying so much that you have a lot of testimonies with just this interview. That people who are expectant, God Himself. Are you tearing?
Yes, I am. Can I get some tissue? I am tearing. Why am I tearing?
It's a very difficult place to be, really. It is. So I psyched up myself, and that was what was keeping me going. And then also, my husband was very supportive. You know, for men, they don't show much of the emotions. That's the women. But also, I wasn't doing a lot of corporate when we got married. So I had the opportunity to always travel around with him. So I had less thinking time. So for couples, you need each other to pull through. Do not expect any kind of emotional support from outside. If it comes, yeah, lucky you. If it doesn't, you forge ahead.
Do you think if your husband was not a popular person, it would have bothered you the way it did?
Not necessarily. For me, whether he's popular or not, is the emotions that you go through. You might be married to someone nobody knows of, but you are in your closet, you're not having kids, you're suffering for it, you're going through that emotional roller coaster, and there's no one to talk to.
Let's talk about your family. Both families. I know that usually the fire will start from the man's background, but then eventually it eats into the woman's, and people start, asking questions and all.
So if you know something, surprisingly, I didn't have issues from my husband's end, neither from my own family. Nobody talked about it. Nobody asked me anything. My husband has 6 sisters. None of them ever asked me or said, now we are praying for you. We are thinking of you. We know God will do it. Yes, we know God will do it. They never said anything. I got pregnant in, fast forward, 2011. Well, I had Elisa in 2011, so 2010 definitely. That was my 10th year of marriage, yes. So it was that year, a very early part of the year. I visited my mother-in-law. And I know that for some way, one way or the other, she would think about it every now and then. But she's too mature to want to talk about it. So I brought up the conversation myself.
Your mother-in-law was Auntie Cook.
Yes. Hey,
you know how
she took care of you too?
Yes. She took care of all of us when we were kids. Astoria.
Everybody in Takani.
Everybody, Auntie Cook, Auntie Cook.
So that is my famous mother-in-law.
Yes.
So she's an amazing
She
human being.
is. She
A
is.
very wonderful person. People leave their kids and they go for weeks and they don't come. And she tells me now, it's like, you're doing everything I did, because with the school, people bring their kids and they forget they have kids.
Yes, that is so true.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I went there one day, we're having a conversation, and I just said, Grandma. She said, yes, nah. I said, don't worry, I'll give you grandchildren very soon. She was like, oh, nah, nyame beye, minyim do beye. And that was the year I conceived. I just had the conversation, let it off my
Do you
chest.
think it had anything to do with that declaration you made?
For my mother-in-law, she's a very prayerful person. You can tell from the way my husband relates. So for him, he also grew up in a very prayerful environment. You can tell from his songs. So
Yes.
everything stems from his mom. Because the mom wakes up and she's always singing. She's always singing. And now when we visit once a while, she will just sing one song and we'll go laughing because you're not cramming to that. So it was then that I had a chat with her. And then God being so good, later part of that year, I think it was I found out in October, yes. We were outside the country. And then it was time for me to come back because I had gone into school. I married early, so I did uni actually after marriage.
Okay.
So school was reopening, so I had to come back to school. Then that evening, I was so sad. It just snapped and I just started crying. But prior to that, pastor's ministry, a lot of people don't know, but people that have issues with childlessness, he engages them on behalf of God, and oh my, those with tubes, those without tubes, those without wombs. And you see, that very thing that God uses you to do is what is being attacked in your own life.
Yes.
Physician, heal thyself.
Yes.
So that was more like it. So then, one of our visits outside, I was there when he came. He said, oh, do you remember this lady I talked about? She didn't have any tubes, and I went to the church and I said, oh, I see you with a baby, and the whole congregation was making noise. I was just listening. And I said she will have children. So when the pastor called me into his office, he said, the lady you are talking about doesn't even have fallopian tubes. The whole church was aware of it. So they were all excited, making noise. But the pastor just said, anyway, what God says he will do. He said it, so I've said what he said he will do. So that day I was standing in the kitchen, and he comes and he says, you remember that lady? I said, yes. I wasn't really in a good mood. It was one of those days I had switched off. And then he said, she's given birth. I said, oh. That was my response. As bad as it might seem, but that was my human self.
Yeah.
And he said at that point, it hit him like, this is not my wife. So we better start doing something more than we are doing now. So fast forward to our stay in the States. I was coming back. So that evening, I broke down. I cried. He was sitting in the hall. He came, Naa, are you okay? I said, yes, I'm fine. Then I just wiped my tears and I slept. Efuwa, can you believe as I was crying, I was pregnant? The irony of it.
No.
Whilst I was crying, I was very, very, very much pregnant. So he said he was sitting in the hall. And then he said, God, you do a lot of things. Is this too difficult for you to do? I won't ask you for it again.
But it was already there.
I won't ask you for it again. That is the last time I'm asking you. Give it to me as a birthday present. I left. I came back to Ghana. I was in school. I was like, let's see if no show has not shown. Like, what's going on? And because of this whole thing, I made it an effort not to keep track
Anymore.
of my cycle. If it shows, I know it has come. So I wouldn't even be expecting it. So that's how I also got through some way, somehow. And so I was like, okay. And I was sleeping too much. said, okay, let me go and check. And the day I went to the hospital was actually his birthday.
Oh, that's a perfect birthday present.
Just as he prayed for.
Yeah. So let me just at which point, because 10 years, you said you accepted. You may have to had like accepted to be able to pull through. At which point, which year did you now admit that to yourself that did you ever, first of all, did you ever? And then if you did, when did you admit to yourself that as in Aramba? So let me just accept that this is how life is going to be.
So I never got to that point of accepting
Okay.
that as an Aramba or Baba.
Okay.
Why will it
You
not
always
come?
had the faith.
I always had the faith. That is why I said when we started initially, you need your faith to build upon. If you don't have that faith as foundation, really, what are you building upon? So my faith, I had it. But I didn't know when God was going to show up.
But you knew he was
But
going
I
to
knew
show up.
he will show up. If not for anything, I always say, for my husband's commitment to the things of God. There was one day we had a preacher, and I used to interpret. So there was one day we had a preacher come to church.
You used to interpret in church.
Yes. So they speak English, I speak fancy.
You?
Yes, Mr. Fancy Papa, but I'm not kind of fancy.
I know, but sounds strange in my
Oh,
ears.
really? So I used to interpret our bishop. So there was a visiting reverend. Now, as for that day, I don't know how I pulled through the whole interpretation phase, because he started preaching and he said, just as God did it for Hannah, he will do it for you. And everybody knows I don't have kids. Oh, then I interpreted. The fact that you don't have kids yet, do not sit and say, oh, I know the lifestyle this person has led. I know what this other person has led. And yet God has come through for them. They have 3 kids, 4 kids. Therefore, I'm interpreting how I pulled
Was it a
through.
personal attack?
No.
He was just
He was
preaching.
just preaching.
He doesn't even know your situation. He didn't know.
If you think he knows my situation, I'm not the reason. Probably someone else needed to hear that message apart from me.
All right then.
As for me, I'm there. That's a visiting preacher. He's preaching. And that day, I was so repentant. I said, and truthfully speaking, at times I sit and I'm like, but you know, 1 or 2 people who have done things and are still being blessed. So you ask yourself, what did I do wrong? You understand? So I managed and I did the interpretation and everything, and I smiled and I came to sit down. It got to a point, Father's Day. In fact, it started with me. Mother's Day, I won't go to church. And I know a lot of women who
Just
find
avoid the
themselves
pain.
in this situation, avoid going to church on those days. Because people see it as an opportunity to remind you of what you do not have.
They'll be making declarations upon, oh, Afisi say, they'll be prophesying over you.
31st December, Mother's Day.
Oh, okay. Next year by this time.
Next year by this time. They might be saying it from a good place. Don't get me wrong. But really, we don't need you to tell us you are praying for us. We don't need you to come encouraging us. Just pray and keep it to yourself. God himself will do it as he has promised he will. You just have to keep faith alive.
Keep faith alive. Very necessary. But then I'm also interested. I don't know. This was early 2000s. This was 2000.
So
You got married in
2001.
2001. I don't even want to say the class I was, because you now laugh at me. I was in class 1 or 2. Around that time was when Auntie Cook was bathing me and all that.
I see.
Anyway, now people are trying IVF, and surrogacy and all. But that time, was there anything you were doing, aside the normal marital intercourse, any extra thing, taking some extra medication? People will be pushing things to you, giving you herbal concoctions
There was
and all.
one day a lady said, a friend of ours said, I know a very good herbalist. The person will give you natural herbs. I was going to say it then. But me, I don't even like taking medicine. My mom will say, let alone decide to do herbal concoction. So I said, oh no, I am okay. So really, I wasn't on any kind of medication whatsoever. And as you said, 2001,
Yeah.
there wasn't anything.
Check,
If there
yeah.
was, I don't think it was at our part of the world.
That's true. So nothing at all, apart from the normal folic acid that we are all encouraged
Even that
to
one,
take.
I wasn't taking.
You gave up?
Not
on
that I
that?
gave up. I don't like medicine. That's the truth. I
You
don't
just
like
did.
it. I just.
So around the time you came, you were not taking anything.
The only thing I took religiously was my pregnancy. Baby. And God has given it to me. I took the medicine like my life depended on it every day. Let me hit you with one thing, When I got pregnant, the whole phase of the pregnancy, I never got used to it.
How so?
So, let me tell you this one. When I went to the hospital, I remember very well, Lighthouse, they have a hospital, North Kanishi. I went there, and then I said I wanted to do a pregnancy test. So, I've done test strips, and it's always negative. So, it's like the negative there. I'm used to it. I wasn't expecting anything positive anyway. I just said, okay, it's one of those things. If it's not, okay, life still goes on. So, they took the urine sample, came back with a very nice sealed envelope, and the nurse handed me that envelope. For the first 5 minutes, it seemed like a lot of years. The energy to even open it wasn't there. So gradually, I was opening it little by little. I didn't know the nurse was standing there looking at me. Whether I'm going to see an N or a P. It's a very torturous place to be. So you can imagine if you don't have faith to lean on, if you don't have any backup, what do you do? And if you don't have a supportive husband, I don't know how you pull through. It's only God. And then I pulled it out and I saw positive. I sat back like that. Huh? And I started crying. The tears were just coming uncontrollably.
Did it ever occur to you it could be a false positive?
No. Positive is positive. For me, I've never seen positive before. So when I see positive one, it's now that I'm going to process and think and disappoint myself. Oh no, this one is positive. I looked at it and then I started crying. Then the nurse came close. Mom, are you okay? I said, it took me 10 years to get this result. And she started crying too. Oh. And on that day, I remember very well. Guess who was at the hospital? PCA.
Esther.
She was also in the hospital. I think she was pregnant then. So when I see her, I call her 2011 because we both have kids.
In 2011.
So it's been a journey.
It has.
But God has been good.
It has. But then again, you keep mentioning the fact that you had a supportive husband. My curiosity is, was it always smooth? Because I know that sometimes these things, I personally know couples going through this phase, and it's sort of,
pulls them apart.
Because even research sometimes shows that kids bind couples
together.
At a certain point in their lives, it brings them apart. But especially on newly married couples, pregnancy and those things bring them apart. What are some of the difficult conversations you had to have? Were you able to talk about this? Did you sit down and say, Charlie, this is how it's going, blah, blah, blah?
You know what? For that period, I also said to myself, okay, let's enjoy the honeymoon phase. So it's all about your mind and how you psych yourself. Let's enjoy the honeymoon phase because when they come and they are running around, there are certain things you can't do anymore. So let's enjoy it as a honeymoon phase. So we have an extended honeymoon.
10 years worth.
So we have, and anytime we talk about it, it's usually when someone has said something and I'm hurting. One time someone said something at church. I just cried and entered the car, and he came to meet me standing there. That day my husband was so angry. But what else could you do?
As the person,
for the utterance.
Okay.
And you know, at times it might come from someone, but really, it's not the person saying it. Do you understand me?
No, I don't.
Okay. The person has said it. What kind of tra? She just said it because she wanted to say it. But the enemy will use your words to bring someone else's faith down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You get me? So she just said it as she just said it without thinking of the repercussion.
What did the person say? Okay. Okay.
Because this one is a very personal person. So that issue I don't talk about.
Okay.
Because I don't even want to say it for her to hear it and know it's her I'm referring to.
Okay. But are you still holding on to that?
Never. That person is a blessing in my life. So.
Okay. Yeah. So sometimes you forgive and then you let go.
And you let go.
Let's talk about the pregnancy process. When you found out you were pregnant, how was it? Share with me.
Even that one too is a whole journey of its own.
Okay.
The anxiety, the uncertainty. Am I going to carry it to full term? Well, so you go to the washroom, you're checking if there's a little blood. You do that for spotting for that whole entire period. Now you've been able to carry it to term. Am I going to have a healthy baby? Will I be okay? Is it going to be normal? It wasn't for me. So for me, before the conceiving, so I had waited. When you wait for something for too long and it comes, in as much as you appreciate it, I couldn't bring myself to even experience the pregnancy, enjoy it. Yeah. So I was actually waiting for the next one and see how the whole thing, because that anxiety was too much. Will I be able to carry it to full term? My daughter is 14 years.
Yeah.
The baby hasn't come. So I have one daughter. And even that one is a problem for people.
That was what I said at the beginning. Because now society, if you and I are sitting and then somebody enters and I'm like, how many kids do you have? And you say one. They'll say, oh, okay.
I ain't never been coming.
When I say three, hey, two, hey. So it's still there. So I totally understand what you are saying. And that is it too, because society is never satisfied.
So let me chip this one in. When during my pregnancy, when God does something for you, how you handle it is very important. So I've waited to get pregnant. It's not now that I want everybody to see I'm pregnant. I'm flaunting myself all over the place with a baby bump. Nobody saw my pregnancy.
You kept yourself inside.
I was going for antenatal in Accra. Even though I was living in Accra, yes. Okay. I was indoors all throughout. Okay. So there was an instant where there was a funeral I had given birth I had to go to. And then one lady asks another lady. This other lady you're talking to has also been married for quite a long time and doesn't have kids yet. The lady looked at her and then asked her, are you sure that's of mommy now we are?
In 2011.
Yeah.
How else was the person expecting you to?
My big sister is in the States. Actually, I have some people think as my sister's daughter. But when you see my girl, she looks like me, she looks like her dad.
Yes, I saw that.
And you come to church and people are expecting to see you breastfeeding. I never breastfed at church. I will express, but I won't go and do that. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yes,
okay.
I know.
You go and hide somewhere and do it. If I can express it, and my baby can suckle and do whatever she wants without any issue. She eats to her full. She will sleep there whole day. So when I went to the funeral, I had actually kept it very long, and the person was wondering there, you've given birth to a baby. How can you be at the funeral for so long? So her assumption is that I didn't give her. Did she even see me when I was pregnant? And the person said, what kind of question are you asking me? Are you not supposed to be a Christian? Haven't we all been praying for such an opening? So it does happen. They pray for it. When it comes to the doubt.
That is serious. Like you just said something that is so true. I haven't even thought about it. Like everybody's, rooting for you, and then the miracle comes, and
Well,
is it the
sure.
same God? It's the same with people who are wealthy. It's like nobody's wealth comes from God. Once somebody is wealthy, hey, what could you do? What could you do? What is the matter with society?
That's the society for human beings will always be human beings.
Hmm. So now, if you look back, what is something you know now that you wish you had known then that would have helped you on this whole journey?
I can say nothing really. And if I had to go through this entire journey again, I'll psych myself the way I did. Keep faith alive, keep hoping, and keep expecting that the good Lord that we serve will come through.
That is deep. Viewers, I don't know how to qualify this. I don't know the adjective to use to qualify this conversation, but we will be right back shortly after this break. Back. Thank you for sticking and staying. This has been the Two Words Mom Show. I am Efuwa, and I am here with Mrs. Naa Joe-Beecham, who is who is sharing her story about her long wait, 10 solid years after marriage, till she finally had her baby. After which she still has not had another one. So let's talk about that briefly. When she came afterwards, were you now very hopeful that another would come?
So I actually the whole um, um, the whole thing surrounding her birth itself, I went into labor. I labored for 2 days. Then I had a cesarean afterwards. So I keep telling you my journey is not like any other normal person's. Oh, the pregnancy is there. Oh, she has given birth. Everything is fine. It hasn't been easy. So for that period, right after, why wouldn't I be hopeful? The floodgates are open.
That's open.
So I'm going to have more babies. She's one, nothing. She's two, she's three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. She just turned 14 June 4th. And we are here. I'm still hopeful. Because whether we like it or not, people won't have babies. Whether we like it or not all of us will get married. Whether we like it or not, as much as you want to even travel outside the country, not all of us will get that opportunity too. So whatever opportunity that God gives you, who knows? Who knows? You can never tell. If he gives you more than one and it will be good for you, he will give it. If he thinks one is what will be okay for you, good. I have a lot of children, plenty of them.
Yes.
Plenty. So God has been good, and he always is good.
So quickly before we round up, to couples going through this phase, maybe first year, second year, I think the anxiety is even very serious in the first year because you are so expectant. So one, what are some resources they can use, and then you add your final word of encouragement for them.
So what I will say finally is that let's be friends with each other. I know you are friends before you got married. You are in a relationship. Talk about everything.
Okay, in the marriage.
When there is a mood swing, talk about it. But when even it comes to conception, it has to be a very good atmosphere, a very good environment for everything to thrive. So all that comes into play. Eat right, ensure that you're keeping a balanced diet. It's not everything that is spiritual. You also have to look at the physical aspect of it. If your BMI is all over there, you need an accurate one that will make you very fertile. You go at it. Make sure that physically you are doing your part. Spiritually, you are praying. Keep the friendship alive. Talk about everything. As much as possible, try as much as possible not to be apart for too long. And have genuine conversations. So to the resource you're talking about, Maybe it's a ministry myself and I we are being called to. I am available if anybody is going through such issues and wants to reach out. You have my number.
Yes, I'll
Give
give
it out.
I'll give it
Maybe
out.
we can form a group of women. We can all travel together.
Yeah.
God hears us. We are His last babies. Travel together and then help each other through that process. If you have been there before, you understand. So to the woman that is going through this, if someone has been through it before, and I come and I'm talking to you, the person can relate. The person is okay. The person is comfortable. But you have 5 children, 10, and you want to come and talk to me about my situation and how God will come through for me. Excuse me, you're saying your own, but I'm also of a different opinion. So, especially in our churches, I beg the older women, when you're praying for us, don't let us know you are praying for us. Pray for us in your closet and wish us well. Don't come asking, so when are you going to give me grandchildren? It's all in the hands of God. So let's build a society where we can count on each other and hold each other's hands through such journeys which are very difficult to maneuver.
Let's hold each other's hands through such difficult journeys. This has been a very powerful conversation, and I'll end it here. Another time, you'll come. I mean, another time that I've gotten you, it'll take another year, but I don't mind. I'll still give it a try, right? You come and then we talk more about after our little madam came. So let me just quickly say thank you once again to my sponsors, Cocados, has salads, juices, smoothies, detox packages, and so more. They're going to refresh us today. You can call or WhatsApp them on 0541 022 896. They are on the Anaji CK Man Road. Appearance, trendy wardrobe, and kitchenware have all sorts of kitchen appliances and gadgets you need in your home. They also have all sorts of clothing for corporate, for church, any social gathering. Call or WhatsApp them on 0208 759 436. And then Sparkles. I'm always sparkling on this show because of Sparkles Beauty Parlor. Call or WhatsApp them on 0245 121 558 for all your different kinds of makeup, wigs, and hair extensions. So we will be back shortly, with the playground. So do not go away. You know, this is my personal favorite segment, the playground.
Where you get to bully us.
Today, of course. Oh, you know the drill. Mommy knows the drill. She has come to talk. She has shared her story. But let's see what skills she has. And you know, she's here saying that she intended to be an actress. We are going to see where that acting is really in her blood.
Hey.
Or she was just making it up. So we have some charades here. So
it's not only about the acting part though. I'll do the actor. How you will grasp it is the thing.
It depends on how you act.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
And let's see how good you are.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So you act. We have like 30 or 40 seconds for each. Okay. Throwing a tantrum.
I'm good. I'm that good.
She's a good actress. Okay, next
see.
one. So a child throwing a tantrum. Okay.
Exactly.
I am also very good.
Okay.
So yeah. Bedtime routine. Please do that again. You slept and woke up. Breakfast. Are you the good actress or I am?
Okay.
Oh, you're not done with that.
You know, the next one will determine whether I'm a good actress or not. Because I'm going to do vice versa.
Please don't let me see. No, you can't do that. I don't. I'm not supposed to see. So.
No, these are the ones we are done with already.
Or is it the person who said the questions wrote very, very easy and cheap things for you? So.
Hey.
Oh no.
Who wrote this one? This one is like a story.
Hey. A child who has fallen, and you're asking the child to stop crying. You're apologizing. The child fell.
How do you apologize? What do you say when you apologize?
Okay. Saying sorry to someone. How do you apologize? How do you apologize? How do you apologize? How do you apologize?
Okay, it says telling your child sorry after an injury.
But I said that they should calm down.
They should stop crying.
They should stop crying.
But there's no stop crying here. You can't believe you. There's no stop crying here.
Please, let's just go on.
Hey, I'm leading.
Huh. It's the person who wrote the thing. I blame the person. Go and sleep. It's bedtime. It's bedtime. Okay, all right. Ah. It is Amanda who wrote them. If you want to know, it is Amanda. So
Also, Amanda, I need a prop to do those ones.
you don't say.
I need a human being.
If you don't keep quiet, I'll beat you.
Mm-hmm. You are far from it.
Yes. Yes. Baby.
What's that?
A child. Banking a child.
Amanda, listen here,
Do it one more time. Let me try. Oh, scolding a child.
You like too much big English. Bring the English down.
How else can I say scolding? I don't know. What was it?
Disciplining.
Scolding.
Sometimes
It's a part of disciplining.
That's why I'm saying scolding. You're taking it to bring it to low to our
Okay,
level.
let's do the last one.
Okay.
This has not been fair.
What are the scores? I really need to know.
we know you won. Let's just do this last one for shaggy reasons. A room, a house. You do
No,
know.
it's not a room, it's not a house. So what is it?
It's not a room, it's not a house.
But the
Studio.
same line.
Home.
Building. Okay.
The building.
So,
Building.
the house.
The house. What is this? What is this? Sweep it. Clean
Let
it.
me give you a.
No.
I'm giving her a little.
But if you say clean, I say sweep it. Isn't sweeping cleaning?
You are supposed to give me the exact words on the paper.
Ladies and
Say,
gentlemen.
clean the house and go to school.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, at this point, I proudly accept defeat. Not that I'll not bring her back
I'm an
to
actress.
disgrace her, but I'll take it like that. So please, can we have our package? And as we are having our package, we want to say thank you to Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchenware. Thank you to Sparkles Beauty Parlor, please. Yes. And thank you to Cocados.
Thank you, Cocados.
Today we happen to have the CEO of Cocados here with us in the house. And so, Mrs. Naa Joe-Beecham,
Yes,
I have
ma'am.
fooled you for, if not close to a year, almost a year. Thank you for gracing this set.
I
And
thought this one was between us. So
oh no,
I'll
the
come,
world
I'll
has
come,
to
I'll
hear.
come quickly.
So
don't
that
worry.
so that they will hold you responsible for when you don't show up again. Thank you for coming. But Kokado says we should use this bottle of Brooks and a bottle of Buzz Me Up. These two are some of my personal favorites.
Let me
This
search
is
it.
parfait with some granola. And you know that here in Takadi, Kokados, if you want healthy juices and all that, It's from Cocados.
I love the packaging.
You do. Is this going to be your first time trying?
Yes. Even
You'll
though
be
she's
stuck.
been eating from my restaurant.
Yes, we've all been eating from your end, so yeah. Thank you to all of you.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's been an honor, a pleasure. Thank you. It's a privilege actually.
Same here.
So thank you to all of you who made time to watch. We are forever grateful. Please, next week, do not forget to tune in. Thank you. Today, the CEO of Cocados helped with the production. So thank you, Amanda. Thank you to Ruby, and thank you to Andy and Co in the main room.
And thank you to my husband for giving me permission to
Thank
come.
you,
Yes.
Pastor Joe-Beecham. We are so grateful that you gave Mrs. the permission to come and share this very personal story. We don't take it lightly at all. If you want to sponsor this show, if you want to place ads, please feel free to get in touch with us. And we will see you next week with yet another insightful conversation. So catch you next week. It's bye-bye for now.